Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. Today I am flipping through some of my little collage clusters that I have made in the past. And I love these little things. They are so much fun, and they just make me really happy. And today I thought that I would spend a little bit of time making some more because I have a pile of like scraps here, and I have a few minutes to be creative, but I don't have a lot of creative energy right now. I'm not inspired to tackle any of the actual projects that I probably should be working on. Um, it's been a day, folks. It has been a very draining, exhausting, and I say day, and today has been a lot, but honestly, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month of just nonstop, like go, go, go. And I am just exhausted, really exhausted. And it takes a long time for me to get there, but I am definitely there. And I can recognize that that is the case. So I am just going to try to do something very mindless. I don't want to spend a lot of time or energy on it. Um, I'm just going to start grabbing some scraps and kind of attaching them to one another in whatever way feels pleasing to me at the time. So these are just, this one has a little bit of handwriting on it. I don't want it to be completely covered up because the handwriting is like the coolest part about the paper. But I also don't want to cover up all of this wonderful, like metallic paint and texture from the page being folded. So, I'm kind of like trying to keep the best of both worlds. And sometimes I'll attach a little piece to the back to give it some additional, uh, just a little more something, another little layer, a little bit of background here. I try to keep most of them, like they're definitely bigger than a postage stamp, but not too big. Maybe 2 by 2, 3 by 2, maybe at the max. Um, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna adjust my camera just a little bit so that I'm not so off camera all the time. I just try to look for, mainly when I'm looking for colors, I'm looking for warm colors and cool colors. And so like these are all like neutrals and very warm colors. I wouldn't put something like this with this, because this is more of a cool color palette. Um, so I don't know if color is not something that you're super comfortable, uh, you know, working with or talking about, like warm colors versus cool colors or what have you, then my suggestion would be to get a color wheel. Um, and you can get small ones or big ones. Let me see. This is the one that I typically use. And this really does have a lot of information on it. It really can help you to kind of determine what your cool colors are versus what your warm colors are. It talks about, adding um like to make tints or to make shades. It talks about the different values of each color and how you can create different color combinations. I'm stuttering and stumbling a little bit because I really hadn't planned to do a color theory discussion tonight, and my brain power is definitely not up to the task right now. But yeah, it is something worth thinking about. See, these are all too similar. Like the contrast, this doesn't stand out enough against the background for me. So it's just gonna wait until I get something else that comes along. Some black and white. I like the dots and the dots on this. I do like square shapes, square-ish, not exactly square, obviously, but I don't know why when I do these, I tend to go for square shapes. Some things become focal points, like this. This has got a little face on it, so this will probably be a focal image on top of something. Maybe it needs some contrast here, like that. I mean, that's not too bad. I don't know. I don't love it though. I don't think I like the black. I think I want something with that blue. Maybe some of this blue. I mean, there we go. I like that. It's got a little bit more detail. There's some chevron shape to this navy blue. And the blue pulls in the blue from the paper, and then this kind of, we're going to off center it just a little bit. I don't want it right in the middle. I'm going to off center that. There we go. That's going to be that one. And actually, maybe I need just a little bit of like something underneath. So maybe I'll go with this. Just the tiniest little bit of a little something else coming out from behind there, just to add a little more depth, a little more dimension, a little more interest. And this is kind of heavy cardstock. I could peel it and try to make it thinner, but I don't think I really need to because this paper is pretty thin already. There we go. It's a little better. Right. I don't know that that face is really enough of a focal image. It kind of is not very visible. You have to get pretty close to it to be able to see it. And it's got glue on the outside of it, which is what I'm scraping off with my thumb here, trying to scrape some of that dried glue off. Anyway, these don't have to be perfect. It's just going in the bin with the other ones. So I'll either use it someday or I won't, and it'll sit there. Who knows? Who knows? Mm-hmm. I do like the black on that. Yeah, so how is everyone doing? How is your May shaping up to be so far? Mine has been wild, as I mentioned. Just a lot going on at work. It's the end of the semester, so it's super busy, and we've just got a lot happening all at once, and my brain is just fried. I'm trying to do all of my full-time work and the channel and the art, and then I have these big projects. I just finished up Paper, Paint, and Possibility in the private Facebook group in the month of April, and now I'm going to convert those videos to be public, so you guys can all go back and watch them with me. I think the first one has been released, although by the time I release this, I don't know what that count will be. But for now, at least one of them is out, so you can start there if you wanted to. And that was a big project, so I spent a lot of time and energy working on that, and then I've been launching the Pages Unbound retreat for this summer, and that has taken a lot of creative energy just because those pieces require, if you go to the webpage to find out about the retreat and you want to read like the FAQs and learn about the there's like a carousel slideshow that shows the event venue at the Verdon Center and all of those fun details. They did not magically appear on that page just by themselves. Of course, right? And I did not pay someone to do those. I have been learning WordPress so that I could build that website myself. And that it just takes a lot of mental energy to make those things happen, to set up the all of the e-commerce and to set up the details and logistics and marketing and to create the flyers and make the Pinterest pins and put the information out there. And, you know, it's just a lot of time and energy spent doing those things. And it's starting to catch up with me, folks. The 100-day project, I've kind of been on hold with that. I haven't been super successful with it here lately, just because I've been doing a lot of other things. And when I do have limited time to sit down here at my desk, I am just not inspired to pick that project up. Unfortunately, I kind of feel like I'm trying to figure out my spacing. I want you to see the workspace, right, where I'm working, but I also have this whole like pile of scraps over here that's off camera that um that I don't think you're getting the full effect of how chaotic my desk is looking right now. These are little scraps from like doilies, like paper doilies, and I really do love using these. I've got a little bit of fabric here. Um, that would be fun to use. I think that'll looks good on here against this paper. There's not a lot of contrast, but I like those colors together. This is like kind of a yellowy, sort of like that. And then occasionally I have things that could end up being focal points. So these I might pull out when I find them. Like this heart I keep reaching for and it's just not working anywhere for me. I do think I like this. I'm gonna just snip it a little bit and tear the rest of it. And I'm gonna glue it down. And I don't build I'm not building this one all at once from start to finish. I'm kind of grabbing pieces and I've got, like a few that are sort of in progress. And then as I find things to add, I might, you know, I might decide to add more to it or maybe not. I feel like this one I like these colors together. I think the red of the background pulls the red out of those little flowers. And then that gives it a little bit of a frame. But then I think it's going to be hard to get a focal image on there. So maybe I'll just save that for a focal image. See. This is how. Maybe something like that. So I'm obviously doing a lot of these like first steps. I have a lot of these, and then, finishing them gets a little more complicated as I go. I love this torn edge. Do I want to glue that down? Do I want to glue it down this way? Ooh, maybe. I'll do that. It really is a fun way to just play a little bit. Maybe I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I don't know. We're what? 14 minutes in and I'm just now bringing it up. I do want to do this at our retreat, the Pages Unbound, this summer. I feel like this would be a super fun little activity for everybody to participate in if I give everybody a little envelope full of scraps like this. And of course, listen, if you've got scraps, feel free to bring them. But I know that at least a few of the folks who are coming to join us are fairly new to art journaling in this space. And so I want to make sure that, that it really is accessible for anyone, whether you have supplies or don't have supplies, either way. And one of the ways that I am going to do that is by making sure that I have supplies, for people to work on the projects, even if they don't necessarily have a lot to start with. So, yeah. So this is kind of weird because it's got like this weird cut edge, and I don't love that shape. So I think I'm gonna just kind of tear that so it's a little more square. And I love that against that. This is like a very light teal. I love that sparkle against that color. And the the square shape definitely seems to work better for me, just visually, aesthetically. I like the square shape better than that weird, like, curve. It was probably a heart or something that was cut out. Ooh, this piece is so yummy. It's got like some metallic paint on it. It's like book page, and it's got holes punched in it. It just doesn't get any better than that. It's all of the things I love all in one place. I line that up. And actually, I don't know. What do we think? Do we like that? With the black poking through, like peeking through those little circles? Or do I want something more like vibrantly colored? This has got, oh, I kind of like that. Not enough pink. I think I like the black the best. I'm gonna go with it. I don't need to stretch myself out of my comfort zone for any reason tonight. Tonight is all about just creating and being comfortable and kind of resetting so that I'm ready to get back up tomorrow and start over again. So I'm not gonna try and push myself today. We don't always need to be challenged. Some days can be easy. This color might go well with this. I think I need something a little bigger as a background piece. What have I got over here that will work? Not a whole lot, actually. Maybe this. No, I don't like those colors together. So, what kind of creating do you do when you're kind of like worn out, when you're just all like zapped and you don't have any energy left? What is it that you reach for? I would love to know. I'm always looking for other mindless art projects. That's what I call it, mindless art, because gosh, don't we all need more of that in our lives? I definitely like to be challenged, and I will tackle projects once in a while that challenge me and push me out of my comfort zone. And I'm participating in the Mixed Media Expo right now, and those are all lessons by phenomenal teachers. And I can't really videotape those processes because they're not my lessons, and that's really poor etiquette. Um, but it is, nice to be challenged. Not today. I just don't have it in me today. Um, I think I need more like neutral backgrounds because I've got lots of these like little mini foregrounds. How about this? I'm gonna lose all those eights. Well, c'est la vie. Say goodbye to all the eights written on this page. I think I'm gonna go with that. And again, there's this weird curve and I don't love it. So I'm going to just tear that off. There we go. Better. Much better. Do I want this on there? Possibly. Let's do it. Let's finish some of these. I've got lots of like half-made clusters, and I don't have very many finished ones. So let's put some words on there, and we'll call it done. That's one done. Now I've got 3 done, technically, not just one. Some of these I will get out my little sticker pack and just put some words, on it. Kind of like I like a black and white with a pop of color. I love that. So that's what I'm going with there. And then I don't want any more. I feel like I don't have a wide enough variety of scraps over here, which is ridiculous because I have quite a wide variety of scraps, but I just don't have the ones that I want. So I am going to pull out the big guns. This is my scrap bin that sits next to me, and I might grab a few bigger pieces, just a few things. That maybe are a little bit bigger. That's what bigger pieces means, isn't it? I'm being redundant. I'm just rambling. I'm looking kind of for some background type pieces so I can put some of the smaller stuff sort of on a background and have like a good size. Oh, but these would be nice. Would make a nice focal image, those little hearts. Maybe some of this scrap tissue. So that black would be kind of nice. Tear a little bit of that off. What else have we got in here? I saved just about everything. So I have all kinds of things in here. Are you seeing anything else? If we were here in person, I'd say, stop me if you see anything. Maybe. I kind of have a lot of that, like neutrally colored. That's interesting. Service advisor claim check. Maybe we'll go with that. All right, I should stop, shouldn't I? Because I did get a lot already. Oh, what's this? Like, whatever that little black thing is. I could go through this bin all day and just keep pulling stuff out. And then I would have lots of bits, but no collage pieces. More black, more white. This is pretty. This was my old, this is the notepad that I used to use for grocery lists. My goodness, my brain really is fried, isn't it? All right, I'm going to just work with what I got. I'll put this back. Oh, this flew out of the bin when I was putting it away, so it must mean that the universe wants me to use it. So, all right, so here's my newer stuff, and these are all like bigger pieces. Okay, so I've got a few bigger pieces that I can maybe use. Like, for example, if I grab a bigger piece and kind of layer this on there, perfect. See, that's exactly what I needed. All right, now I've got this. Glue this fabric down a little bit so it's not flapping everywhere. And we've got a little bit of flippy flappy texture, but not too much. Actually, just kind of stick that down so it doesn't go everywhere. All right, I love this. It's got some gold too. I like that. Oh, I'm gonna just layer that right behind there. See, when you find the right piece, it just works. It's just perfect. I'm running out of room on my desk here. Ooh. this piece, maybe some more music paper behind this. I think I need something pink. I think I need. What do we think about that? So too much, too matchy. Sometimes I like things to be a little unexpected. That was maybe too much. How's that? I don't like the square. This one is giving me a hard time. Okay, that's good. That's better. Maybe I just need to tear this. Maybe that's the problem. I don't like the shape of it. Tearing that off. Attaching this on here. Okay, that's better. All right, that's what I've got right there. It even says have a good day, which is, a nice sentiment to have. Some paint. Got this back here. I like that it pulls the pink out of here. And the black. All right. Oh, no. I'm not trying to do that. Now I have smaller pieces. I wanted some of the numbers to show. All right. I don't have, these aren't finished, but they are closer. Like these just need focal points. Maybe. Okay. This one maybe still needs some layers. This one is still kind of little. What can I add to the back of this? Will it look good on this? Ooh, it will. It does. Stop. Love that. All right. I feel like this tissue paper is going to end up on everything. You know what? I have some of this that's like a red color. If I could find it, that would actually be perfect on this one even because it's got a little bit of red in it. Ooh, I wonder if I can find that. I'm not going to look everywhere, but I think it might be right here beside my desk. Okay. Look at that color. How pretty is this? I'm just going to tear some of it because I don't even need a whole lot of it. I just need a little bit of it. I'm glad it was right there where I thought it was. How pretty. I don't really like the flat edge. Get off, so I'm going to use this torn edge. This is maybe a little bit too big, actually, the whole thing. So let's go a little bit smaller. Now I've got two. Maybe a little bit of this on top of it. Not that piece, though. I don't like that piece. Maybe this piece. Help, everything's sticking to my hands because I was using glue stick and now my hands are sticky. Boop. All right. I have to remember to talk while I'm doing this, or else not do it on camera. Those are my options. Like this red. Maybe on here. It doesn't all have to be perfect. Like, don't overthink it too much. If you don't love it at first, then fine, keep moving. But if it's one of those things where you're kind of like, hey, maybe this will work, well, stick it down and let's see. Like, what are you risking here, really? Some scraps? It's definitely not the end of the world. I love this little stamped image. What color palette do I want for that? I don't want to cover up all that sparkly. It's too big of a focal image. What do I have in my pile over here? Mm, that is interesting. I like those colors together. This one's tempting. I think that's not a good color. Oh, this one. I kind of really like that. Okay, I like it. We're going with it. Not gonna overthink it. See, when you love it, you love it. You just like it and you stick it down and that one's done. Ta-da! All right, what else do I have going on here? This piece, I really do like this. I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to do this sparkly heart. Not really, actually. I feel like the sparkly heart just distracts too much from this beautiful, like, fabric. I don't know exactly what this is. It's like the book spine. It's like woven. Can you see it? Yeah, I don't like the sparkly heart. It takes away from that too much. Okay. No sparkly heart for you. What else have I got going on here? I have some purple. I like sparkly. Can you tell? I like metallics. I like sparkles. Mm. This one's very tempting. I like the blue in the background. So I'm going to tear this off. And then I want to make this a little bit more square because it's got these weird, like, edges. I don't want those. Glue this on here. All right. It's a nice little background there. I should probably stop with the backgrounds and just I don't want to stop though. No, I can't do music paper on music paper. That's no fun. What? Oh, maybe this. Maybe the dots. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay. Except I'm going to use the ripped edge showing on the outside, and I'm going to hide this finished edge. Well, that was my intent anyway, and then it just got wrinkled and messed up a little bit, but that's okay. It is okay. I love it. Okay, that one's ready for a focal image. What else is happening here, folks? I love this little scrap. I want this on something, but then I want this behind it. Can I just layer? That's a lot of tissue paper being layered there. I mean, can't say it's, it'll work, right? Why not? Something about the colors, something about them, they just make me happy. Do I want just a little bit of white peeking out of here? Maybe I do. A second before this dries. Let me see how that looks. Do I like that? Yeah, I do. Ooh, I'm being very careful and precise as usual, aren't I? I don't know that I love this edge. It's very finished. I don't love that. Well, I took off a little more than I planned. Maybe I'll take that off too. But that's okay. It's okay. I still like it. All right, I like that. Okay, I've got this and I have this. Just checking to see if there's anything that like jumps out at me. Do I want layers? I absolutely want this. I don't know what it is, but it's telling me it needs to go right here. Maybe like that. Love it. Great. Oh, it's a little. Maybe this with this pink, the purple. Oh, look at that. I kind of, yeah, I'm just going to do it up across this corner here. Oh, is that what I wanted? Just want it like this. I feel like there was more of this paper because I ripped off both ends, and if I could find the other part of it, I would put it on the bottom to kind of balance this out. But of course, I won't find it until later after I put all this away. Isn't that how that goes? Did I use it on something else? I don't think, oh, I don't think I did. It's got to be here somewhere. I don't know. Do I want that? Maybe. I kind of like this. This little strip of whatever. I kind of like that right there, maybe. But I don't know what I'm going to use as a focal point yet. So I'm just going to tuck it in there. It's just stuck in there. I'll use it if I want to. I never used this sparkly. I got to use that somewhere. That looks like the perfect place to me. But do I want the whole thing or do I just want part of it? Maybe just part of it. How bad is this video? It's 36 minutes long, guys. How much longer are you going to watch me do this? Should I call it? Should I give up? I'm going to try and just finish off some of these that I have done with a focal image, and then I will leave the rest. I don't love, so this piece of paper has some tape on it. You can see like the shine where the tape is because it's glossy, and I really don't like that. So I'm going to try to cover that up a little bit. Maybe that distracts you a little bit from the, ah, my hands are sticky. Okay. I'm not going to do anything else with these scraps that are over here. I'm just flipping through them to see if I have anything that looks like it could work as a focal image. No, but I found this, which I wanted over here. And so I'm going to add it. You can't trust me, guys. If I say I'm done, I'm going to put this away and I'm not going to do any more, you know, there's a good chance that that is not the truth. Because if I see something that catches my eye, I'm like, oh, let's do that. All right, I'm moving it off to the side. I'm gonna put a piece of paper over top of it. Look page over top of my pile, so I can't see it anymore. Maybe it'll stop catching my eye. Oh wait, but look, there was this little strip. How to make it pop? Put that here. Kind of do. Kind of do. Look at that. Look at that little strip. Just, I love that. Maybe it doesn't need to be quite so long, but I like that it's kind of sticking off the edge a little bit. Right? Love it. Okay. Okay. This is such a cool look. This is why I had to cover it up because otherwise I cannot control myself. And I just want to use all the bits. I really am trying to get to a point where I can add some focal points and call it done. I grabbed this because I thought it would make a neat focal point, but I think it would have to be a pretty big piece. And I don't have anything that I want to use this on, I don't think. Maybe this. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big. That's not good. Okay, put it away. Okay, now what do I do for focal points? Well, I've got this one heart here that was already in my pile. Moving all the scraps. So I don't use them. But I need it to have some contrast. It kind of shows up on that one, but I don't know if I like it there. I don't think I love this one. Maybe here? Maybe here? No. Definitely not on that one. I just don't like it against any of these backgrounds. It's very like it's brown paper, probably Amazon packaging or something, and I just cut a little scrap of it. I mean, that is not terrible. This is probably the best. But then it covers up have a good day. And if I go off of, oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll kind of tip it off the side and then I'll draw on it. That's what I'll do to give it the contrast. Okay. And then I'll use it up because otherwise I'm going to keep picking it up and trying it on different ones. And I'm going to be annoyed that I can't find a place for it. So here it is. The heart is kind of sticking off the side. And I'm going to just draw a scribbly heart border. Like that. So there. Now I've got like a little focal point. Do we like that? In the finished pile. I don't know where my finished pile is. There it is. Those are done. Okay, now how do I finish the rest of these? I have some options. I have a bin down here, another bin of stuff where I keep. This is not exactly scraps. These are things that are they are scraps, but they're a little bit more defined scraps. They're just like random things and ephemera. Oh, this might be a mistake. You guys, I might find more scraps to make. Oh, look, see, like here's a little golden feather, which would be perfect as a piece of, like a focal image. So what I probably need to do is get all the way down here to the bottom where the little scraps tend to fall. This is cool. This is a stamp, Buffalo Bill Cody. We could maybe use one of those. A ticket is a possibility. This says free spirit. That could work as a focal image. I'm not connecting any of these. Where was this earlier when I was looking for a scrap of doily that I really liked? That would have been perfect. This is a gorgeous little cute heart, but it is on, is it Yupo? I don't know if I did this on Yupo or what it's on, but it's alcohol ink on, maybe it's on vellum. And those things tend to peel, like curl up. So there are some little leafy things, leafy bits. What else have I got? I don't know. What have I got? What have I got? Some die cuts, a leaf, more leaves, a key, a red ticket. That looks like an earring. If I had, well, maybe I could stitch. I don't know that I have the energy tonight to stitch, but maybe if I find the right place for it. I've got butterfly. It's a pretty big butterfly, but maybe. Got some washi stickers. Oh, here's another one that's already made that somehow ended up in here. It belongs in my little bin instead. So very brilliant, it says. I'm not feeling brilliant today. I don't know. Do we have enough focal image options, do you think? Some film strip. I love to use film strip or photo negatives. It's not film strip, but it reminds me of film strip. I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna work with what I've got and see how many I can get done. Just again, another quick little. Those might work. Another quick little pass through here, looking for anything that might work as a focal image. Okay. That looked like a mushroom. Where did it go? Oh, No, that's fine. Okay, so that's going back in, and I'm going to see out of this pile here what I've got that I might want to use. So this leaf could go here. The colors look really nice on that, but it's not a lot of contrast. So I might want to add a little more contrast. Or do I want to go with something dark? It's too big. Too big. Colors are off. This one kind of works. Not enough contrast though. All right, so this is the one that I like here the best. So I'm gonna just do that. I don't know what the rule is for when I go with my first gut and when I keep trying. I don't have a rule for that. I just, you know, I don't know. Try it, don't try it. All right, finished. Some film strip. Would this look nice? This would be a layer somewhere. It wouldn't really be like a focal image, but it would add like a neat layer. What do we think? What are we thinking? I think it looks best on this one. I don't want to cover up what's already there because it's already looking pretty cool. So maybe I'll just put it in my scrap pile. Free Spirit. Um, Maybe I need something like long and skinny for this one. The colors actually look really good with this. Maybe I'll go with this, Free Spirit. What if I tuck it under this little scrap of... There's some like fuzzy goodness that's happening here. So maybe I'll do that, Free Spirit. And I have this kind of like... Oh, should I go this way? No, I like it there better. All right, I like it there. Well, folks, I hope you have had a good evening creating these with me. I am going to wrap it up here soon. I'm not entirely sure if I'll get all of these finished on camera or not because I feel like we're going on 47 minutes and nobody wants to watch a 47-minute long video. So, I don't know. I'm just not seeing. I mean, that is cute. Okay, that's gone. This goes down. And some of the rest of these might just have to go back in my little bin, incomplete. Because that does happen sometimes. It's not the end of the world. I think I maybe like that. But I don't know how the washi, it's like a washi sticker. I don't know how that's going to look. I definitely think it looks better there. Let's see if I can get it to peel off. All right. We'll go until I stall out. I do need a little scrap of something back here. Just the tiniest little scrap of paper behind there so that that sticker doesn't get stuck on other things. I guess I could just tear the wing off. Look, let's do that. Done. Okay. This maybe would work as a... I just don't love that as a focal image. The green is kind of cute, but these leaves are like weird. I don't know. I don't know if I like them. Maybe I need to just trim them off. Maybe if I trim that and add that on like that, that's better. Whoop, ripping that off. Okay. All right, here we go. Do you watch these videos on like fast forward? Like when I watch videos, I often speed it up to like 1.5 or 1.8 or 2. It depends. It really depends on how fast it's going, how much time I have, how much patience I have, how fast they're talking, and all kinds of things. So do I want to put... Let's just do it. Putting this stamp here. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it'll glue. It'll dry eventually. All right, what else do I have left? I have 4 left in progress. Can I find... Yes. Can I find focal images for all 4 of them in, what do we think, like 2 more minutes? I am putting this a little bit off center because I want the feather against the white part of the background. So that one's a little off center, but that's okay. All right, 3 left. The ticket looks like it needs to be right there. And I definitely have glue all over my hands. Wow. Okay. And do I have anything that'll work on either of these? Like, this would work, but I don't like that white edge around that thing. This is too small to be anything. I've already used a ticket. The colors of this heart don't really work here. I mean, I don't know. I don't really love that either. Okay, so these 2 are going in the unfinished pile. I'm just gonna put them away. I do have some in here. Here's a couple that I just never got focal images for, and I just didn't finish them. All right, so I've got a couple like that. Adding a couple to the pile is not the end of the world. What I have done, let's spread them out here. I've got, can we see them? Ooh. Right here. Right here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so I did 13 of these and it took me almost an hour. Not very productive use of my time, not very efficient, but that is okay. It was mindless. It was creative. I spent time in my studio. I didn't have to think too hard about it. I now have 13 new little collage clusters that I can put on a page somewhere. And some of them are adorable. Like, I just really, really love these little piles. Some of them are gorgeous. I love this one. I don't know what it is about this, but I love these colors together. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. Remember, if you would like to do a project like this with me in person, consider signing up for Pages Unbound. It's happening this summer, July 18th and 19th. 2026 in Lewes, Delaware, and there are overnight accommodations if you're coming in from out of town. You know, it's a beach town, so bring your family. They can like hang out at the beach and you can retreat, you know? That's an option. We'll keep you busy for sure. We've got lots planned for the weekend. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I will see you in the next video.